Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Just Gaming today. Today we're going to play Rogue Tower. I did have a video planned before this one. However, when I played, I forgot. It's been a while since I played a game, so I forgot that you need to finish the game. You can't actually, when you're planning for a run, you can't actually save your run. So that's the one drawback that I remember from Rogue Tower now, now that I've experienced it. That you really need to plan to set aside time. So when you're going to make a run, you need to be available to finish the run or leave your computer going and kind of keep it in the background or whatnot. Um, so you do need to do that. There's no way to save a run mid-run. So keep that in mind. I learned in my last video that was the case. I'm you're going to start this one over and play fresh and see if I can get through a whole run and not have to try and break it up. If I need to break it up, I'll go ahead and break it up within some video editing versus, hey, we're going to do part one and part two. So this is the way this will go. In that I ended the game last time. I'm not going to post that video because it's kind of a video to nowhere. But I did do some point allotments last time within the upgrade section. We had a lot of points to spend, so I've already spent those in the last video. I'll rethink if I would post that last video or not. It's not really going to go anywhere because I'm partway through the run and then I just stop it and I can't continue it. So anyways, at the end of that run, we did get 352 XP to spend here. We need 5 more cards to do anything useful up here. So let's look at where we might be able to spend that. I have gone into this bleed tree fairly significantly here. So I might try and fill that out. I might try and put a little more into the mortars here. Mortars doing health damage would be nice. I might get that going. If I fill it out, you can get these blues over here, which are good for just establishing a base damage level. So let's look at maybe cranking this up on my mortars. So here, all mortars get plus 15% crit chance. All towers gain an additional +1 damage to health. Let's get that. And then let's go ahead and just fill this out and get the fragmentation. I think we'll skip this for now. These are ones I think I'm going to take next time. We'll see if we can just work through this mortar. I think the last thing we'll do for a mortar is to go down here and get the shields. They're not very effective against shields. They have a very low damage against shields. They're more high damage against armor, medium against health, and then very low damage against shields. Now, Tesla Coil is the other end of that spectrum where it's very, very good against shields. So let's see where that brings us. I think we need 2 more. Yep. So let's go back to the Frost Keep. The Frost Keep's a little different in that it just kind of does a bunch of damage as people are coming through. So as they're going through, I think I'm going to try and focus a little bit on range. And that is down here in this shield section, where in against the mortar, it's in the, I believe, health section. Yes. So you see the mortars here, the long ballistics are over here. For the Frost Tower, the additional range is in the shield section right here. So all Frost Keeps gain +1 additional range. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to grab this number 2. And then we'll hold off on number 3. I think we have 137, and now we've met some conditions over here. So I value these very highly early on in this system. So I think what I want to do is look at getting draw frequency. So we can get 2 of these, I believe. I don't know if we open up. Yeah, so we open up mana capacity and we open up fortification. I think I'm going to leave this fortification for now. I'm definitely going to get draw frequency because it draw an upgrade card every 2 rounds versus what it's set at now. So I think that's a very good addition right there. It really ramps up your power. And then draw an additional card when you draw upgrade cards. So I think I want to do that as well. So These are permanent things that affect the game. So you don't have to draw this in a card form to have it happen. So these blue items are things that permanently affect the game. That's why it's so important to get these early on and open them up. So at the moment, this is where we stand. We have 12 left over. Let's go back to the main menu and get ready to start. Okay, so let's play. We're going to do a single defense. The best run we've had on single defense has been 30 so far, so we'll try and beat that today. All right, so we have a setup here where we actually have a house coming in on the road, and we have 2 mana crystals. That's kind of cool. House back here may not be very useful, so I may not focus on that. But as far as ballistas are concerned, we're going to surround this house as much as possible. We can only do 2 because of the wall here. So, but if it was over here, we could have put 3. But we'll take what we can. I am going to load up this other side with 2. I'm going to set these to most health. I think I set this to fastest before. And then these 2 I'm going to set to near death. Try and just pick off. You really want some assassin oriented guys here, just because, they're coming in and you just want to try and pick it off. Everything else, you may eventually want to switch all of these to that way. So you're trying to get that, the last bit off on the incoming enemies. So here, I am going to potentially put some ballista down here. I have some extra money. We originally only had 1,000 gold. So even though I said these are worthless from a standpoint of actual, damage dealing, it can get over here a little bit right towards the end. I'm just going to leave these in a basic state here. Mostly what I'm putting down here is to get this gift from being protected by 3. Right now it's only 3 gold, but that gets exponentially bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually you're earning quite a bit of gold on that. And I did spend like 70, I think 85, and maybe 90 or 100. So maybe about 100 or 80, 95. So that's 175 and 100, maybe 280 to goldish. Here. So it's going to take a little bit to get that money back, but always you can demolish these. So note, that's already worth, 300 gold sitting here. So you can always demolish them, get money back, and place them elsewhere. So for now, we're just going to use them as a kind of a money-making deal. Again, this open field right here kind of sucks, to be honest. It's not good. There's no terrain to get range bonuses on. It's rough. It's a rough start. So let's go here. We get a little bit of terrain and a ton of these, mana crystals. However, the mana crystals are kind of useless, and I'll explain why. And so building a mine, I think I'm going to take that right off the bat. As I'm looking through these, I'm going to take that off, right now. At the moment, these mana crystals, there's one good place here. However, mana crystals, normally I would say, this is a great place because you can benefit from 2, but the mana siphons only work on 1 of them. So really we have 1 spot, 2, 3, 4, I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. None of these are useful at the moment until we expand here and see what we got over here. So we do have a fair bit here, but look at these 2 over here, just 2 sitting here like this, we have 4. So these are kind of more useful than all of these. It's just, these guys are just sitting right next to each other, and these guys are on different levels. So when you can't put a siphon or a mine on the same level as the resource, you don't get anything. But we do have a tree here too. It's worth 4 gold now. I tend to let the tree sit for a while and accumulate gold as well. They do cultivate and get more and more gold. Then you can pick up bonus cards for them as well and try and pick up some additional cards. There becomes like a percentage chance to get cards when you chop a tree. So we'll leave that for now. I'm not going to put the mine in right away. And this ballista may not stay there very long. But we'll put the ballista up here to see if we can just do some work on these guys. I am going to set them to most health at the moment, because the first boss is pure health. So I like to have, as much as I can, unless they're specialists like the Tesla coils or the mortars and stuff. I like to have these set to most health if I can. Let's see how we go. I'm going to throw a ballista up here too. I might actually throw two ballista up here and just start having things, having stuff working here. So I don't see any shields or armor yet, so this is good. All right, we did take them out. Now we have an opportunity to snag a mortar, build mana siphons. I think so. Mortars don't require mana to operate, so I am going to snag a mortar right now so it can start earning XP. I am going to destroy this ballista that I had just built. I want this range 3 because I really want that mortar to have the biggest range it can. What I'm hoping here is maybe we get, I don't really hope for a split, but if we do, I hope it splits this way, each of these ways, and kind of starts wrapping around here. So that way the mortar becomes more effective. So I have 559 left. I can build a mine, but I don't really need to at the moment. Let's go ahead and expand. This one I am going to set to its priorities of more armor, most health, most, I'm going to say progress maybe. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'm going to set it like that for now. We'll start to hopefully backfill things here. We do have a house here. There's some terrain. The house would help me, generate some more gold. Now we're going to go back and look at this house. Originally, it was generating 3 gold for having 3 ballista around it. So now it's going to generate, the next gift will be 18 gold. And the net gold gifted that you see below, that tells you your total gift that the house is gifted for being protected. So we need about 250 more to get that investment back. And then after that, it's pure profit. And this is protected by 2, and it's netted 30 gold so far. It's not bad. Early on, I do think I'm going to just put these ballista down here. That way we can start netting some money from this. You see this starts higher. We're higher along. We're in round 5. So the base gift at the very beginning starts at a little bit of a higher pace. So each round, this kind of ticks up. So even though you're building, you don't start at, your initial 3 gold point. You actually do start, dependent on the level that you're at. So I got these guys in. Let's set them to most health as well. That way they're set up for this boss. And we do have some terrain here. So I'm going to set up another mortar. I'm going to set this up for most armor, most health, and we'll just leave it at progress for now. I just want to take advantage of these, level 3 areas. And the range is quite significant, as you see, compared to the ballistas. So here we did have some armor, and they got hit. When you see that little like tan in their health bars, that's armor, and mortars are really, really good against armor. So frost keep's nice. Plus 1 the health is nice. However, I might take the frost keep now, but I may only build 1. And the reason behind that is simply I don't have any mana siphons yet. I can build a mana bank, but they're very expensive. So I'm going to take the frost keep just to make sure I have it. Sometimes when you skip it, you just are never offered it again. I want to see frost keep for sure. So here we're at 227. For the first frost keep is 250. A good place to have the frost keep might be, either here or here. We have some level 2 terrain. Is this a level 3? No, level 2. That's level 2. So maybe here would be a good one if we get some extra ballista going over here. So you just want things, wherever you put a frost tower, you want to kind of create a kill zone where when things are slowed, you want things to just be hammering them. So I think we are going to end up putting a frost keep here. We have to watch how many we build at the moment. I do like to see this loop back around. Having your towers do, some extra work is really good. You see the outline in this block. Frost towers work in like a square. So that square is where this little frost is gonna, excuse me, frost is going to come down and slow everything down. So we're going to want to look to build, kind of a kill zone here. Now, when I was talking about the looping around, you see this range on my mortar. If this had gone out this way, it's getting farther and farther away from the mortar. But wrapping back around, when I expand this, these ballista, this mortar, not so much the frost tower, but the mortar in these ballista can start firing and start doing work. And that's important to a successful run. So let's look here. So I have 168. There's really not much I can do. I could build a mine. I think we're going to hold on to some resources at the moment. And we can't really build anything else. Let's look at our houses real quick. So that one's a 16 again. This one to generate 24. And this one's going to generate 16. Okay. So we picked up another mine here. So we do have places to mine. We've got 1 spot, 2 spots there. We don't get a spot here, but we have 1, 2, 3 here. So that's 5 total, 6, 7. Then we have this guy, which is 8, 9, 10. So 10 spots for mines is very good. That's going to increase my tower's health to about 23, give us chances to repair as we progress through zones. So we got a good kind of setup going here. It's better than initially with this, empty plot here. Okay, we didn't pick up any resources, but we did pick up terrain. This is beautiful terrain to, throw, different towers on. So I really, really like this. This frost keep here will be quite nice, I think. Or even over here might be better because it's level 3. Yeah. Then these will overlap, I think. Yeah, so you see this kill zone here, this frost tower slowing everything down. These ballistas, mortars get to do work. Very, very nice. So we did not pick up the mana siphon. I was really hoping to see the mana siphon here. Shields, armor, shields, armor. So again, those are not things we really want to see at the moment, simply because we want to see health on the ballistas, kind of, because the first boss is a big health boss. However, it's not terrible. So I think what I might do is take armor. Yeah, I'm going to take this dehydration armor one on the frost keep, just to strip whatever armor we've got going on here, hopefully, and work that. We have 481. 41, let's see here. We do have another chance for a mortar and a frost keep. I'm opposed to putting another frost keep down at the moment with only +3, but let's throw another mortar down. I might place the mortar here because I know for sure that, this is going to be a very effective area here. And then it's got to loop somewhere. So it's got to go down here, and hopefully it'll loop back here and just do like a snaking. But we'll see where this goes. So we've got everything placed, 131, let's go. So it does loop there. We did pick up a tree and a 4-spot mine. So that's quite good. The trees are worth 81 now. I do like that. I think that the part about going this far over is I really don't have anything over here to work the monsters, but I can create quite the kill zones here if I get to build this out. So I do want to do that. It's just sorry, it's just money. So 387. We can do another frost keep, but I think we're gonna hold off for a second. At the moment, I think I'm just gonna throw a ballista down, and I'm just gonna set this to most health. and have it exist for the moment. I'm probably going to demolish it, but we'll leave it for now just to add some extra damage around here. I do want to get a second frost keep, but I need that mana siphon. Oh, this is excellent. So, basically this kind of helps break things up a little bit. And we have a house here. So I am going to throw a bliss down here. Picking up a tree is excellent. They're worth 100 now. And this is a 3-spot house, which is quite nice. See how this one goes here. You see this kill zone that we've created with this frost tower is very effective. Good selection of cards, but not what we're looking for. We really, really need that mana siphon to show up at some point. But let's see. We do have this. Trees now have a chance to drop upgraded cards. This Ballista Head Bolt is really very effective against the boss. I think that's probably where we're going to land. Tessa Coil, University. University is quite far off. I really like this, but I think we're going to go with the Broadhead Bolts and just make all of our Ballista more effective. Speaking of effective, this one's 33, this one's 11. I am going to move some Ballista over here. I'm going to demolish both of those. You see we're going to get 33 out of this, but I'm going to move some Ballista over here just so they're more effective as far as they'll generate income, and they'll also help me. This one says 33 because it was protected by 3 last round. So it's going to go down to whatever the one house, whatever one house would give in the next round as we go through. But let's protect this house here, and let's set these up for most health again. Okay, all of those are set. We've got, this one is not set, so I do want to set this to armor and most health. When we see the first boss is called the Oogie, we'll switch these mortars over to most health and really try and pound the boss there. But for the moment, let's expand. Ooh, that's kind of nice. So it is still snaky, and we haven't gotten that second pathway. We also picked up another tree. I'm liking this snaking pattern so far. Hopefully it snakes again and comes back over through here. It doesn't even have to snake like, all the way out to this third spot. That would have been kind of ideal, and maybe have it keep going. But we haven't seen a split yet. And these extra, areas for them to decide which pathway to take are nice because they do break things up a little bit. You see this guy lagging here. It exposes that siege equipment has those goblins hiding inside of it. So getting that broken up this early is really nice. All right. So 815, we don't have another mana siphon yet. Still a little reluctant to throw one down with no extra mana, but we are okay on mana, so maybe I should just get it down. Let's take a look. So if I put it down here, we do get some double coverage over here, and we get quite a nice stretch here. I think we're going to go ahead and try it. We can always demolish it if we don't like, the amount of mana being sucked in. If another frost keep might be good over here somewhere, one of these, and, see if we can slow things down even farther. So I put one there. It doesn't quite get over here, which is a little unfortunate. But let's go with 2 for now. If we go to 3, it's just not going to be good. One thing I am going to do is I am going to start laying some mines down. So let's put 1 mine down. See, I got an extra hit point, and that'll help us as we go along. Again, we still don't have a split. This is excellent. So I am going to throw a mortar up here if I have 425. Probably going to put it on a 2 spot because I want a frost tower here for sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and put it in. We're going to put it on armor and health. Just have it going for these. Hopefully it's going to help break up these siege equipments even more. You know, I really want a frost keep sitting here. Our mana's not doing too bad. I think we should be able to recover mana as it's working through the frost towers here. So let's watch this go. We have 421. I'm going to throw another mine down. Just like slowly start building them up. The trees are worth 144 now. We still don't have the mana siphon. We've tried the mana siphon. We saw it once and we had to skip it because there was a better option. So let's take the golden forest here. That way, if we start to chop the trees we do have what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 trees. When we look at the tree, not only is it worth 144, but there's a 12% chance to drop cards. So as we chop the trees, we can get additional cards. That is how we could try and find the mana siphon, is try and fish for a card. But each time we expand, the trees are worth more and they have a higher percentage to drop a card. So we're at 407. Let's do our final mine over here, just like as a completion. And then there's far more mines for us to build. This is really a good map for mine building. We can get an extra one here, and we picked up that tree. We picked up a lot of elevation and another split here to kind of, you know, cause the monsters to make decisions on which way to go and such. Still no split. We have a single feed. That's very, very nice. Still need that mana siphon. So now the chance for a card is up to 13%. I think I'm going to go ahead and place a ballista here. Yeah, let's throw a ballista here. Again, most health. Things are working through. We have 258. One thing I want to do is start leaving enough to build the ballista. When the bosses come out, it's good to have like a ballista that you kind of can throw down and destroy, throw it down again, and have it just keep aiming at the boss. That way you've got something that's constantly, or almost constantly, like 80% of the time, focusing on the boss and focusing it down damage wise. We do have a very long corridor for the boss to work its way through, but you know, you still want to guarantee the kill. So here it's going to be, if we get that far and we're able to, you know, setting up this kill zone, you know, over here and building this out is going to be very nice. So let's see here. So we have 624. Got all of that done. At 624, I am going to throw down another mine. Just kind of get it going and expand. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. So this offers very, very large range bonuses. It's quite good. I'm going to throw a mortar here. And go most armor, most health. And then I'm going to put progress. So 159, getting this big fort here is amazing. It's you can throw a frost tower here and it's going to get most of this area. You know, other than this blank field here that we got, everything else has been quite good. And we've laid down a fair amount of stuff. You see my mana is struggling now, so that's a little rough. You know, we only have 2 things that require mana, and we're pretty much out of mana at this point. So not good. Our frost tower is going to start being less effective. Once we get a mana siphon, though, that's really going to fix our problem. We got to get it. You know, the cards are random, so we'll see. Mana bank helps, but it's very expensive. So I don't think I'm going to grab the mana bank yet. I might get desperate enough to do that. Fortification +3 to armor and shields. Frost keeps do +1 to health. Wow. Let's do heavy shafts and get +1 to armor. Really wish I had something else to do there, but it is what it is. Let's throw a ballista here, set it to most health. And this may be the level where I need to have a trailing ballista. So at the moment, I'm just going to set a ballista up here and set it to most health, expand, and there's the Oogie. So this is the boss for the level. These ballista here are going to do a lot of work. I'm going to go ahead and set one up here for most health. And really, it's just going to aim at this Oogie and really start to pound him quite a bit. That being the case, these two, I'm going to go ahead and look how far this one will be able to go. About here, we'll go ahead and demolish it and set it up further down the way there. We'll look at when it fires. So it fired. Let's go here and set for most health. That way, when the Oogie gets within its range, which it is now, it's firing again. And then we're probably going to move it over here so I don't have to move it again. We're going to wait for it to fire. Fired. Let's do a ballista here. And now when the Oogie comes in, we'll start hitting it again. We've almost got it's hitting the frost tower now, which is good. We've almost got its first block done. Again, this is only a level 1 ballista doing this work. But it is effective. It's a very effective means of ensuring that the boss is going to die. Let's go here, most health. It's not frozen here, so it is, it is moving at normal rate. However, it's the only thing left, so everything is going to target it as it works through. So it should die pretty much in here somewhere. If not before, it's getting hammered pretty well. All right, so I'm going to demolish that just to remember that I don't want that there, at least at the moment. So when you kill the Oogie, you do get a chest. The chest can have multiple cards in it. So let's see what we get. So we get Gold Rush. I'm not picking this up, at least for me. You might feel comfortable with the monsters going faster. At the moment, I don't. They do drop a lot of extra gold. You see, we're pretty flush with cash at the moment. I'm going to take the ballistas do bleed. And we did get another one. The crit is very good. However, we do have a number of trees now, so I'm going to take this golden forest and take that as well. We really luck out and get a third card. Here, we are going to start facing, shielded enemies. However, I don't have any way to power it. So at the moment, I'm just going to start doing burn with my ballista as well. So now when we look at the ballistas, we're doing bleed damage and we're also doing burn damage. So you start to stack these dots on things every time we shoot them with an arrow. So that's quite good. One thing I'm going to do now is, now that we have some money, I'm going to take stock. These ballista have not been doing any work. So what I want to do is go over here and just level them up some. So that way, when monsters do come here, we're actually going to do some damage versus them and, have something that's a little more effective when they get there. So you see these ones had no levels. This one at least has a level, but I'm going to level that one up too. This one has a level. I'm going to level that up too. Here we're, I should say as well, I only hit it to, one extra level, but here we've got a mortar that's done some work. It's level 6. I'm going to leave that as is. This ballista's done a little bit of work, but I'm going to pump it up too, or as well. The frost tower is level 3 here. I'm going to go ahead and pump the frost towers. I know it hasn't done much shield damage. I'm going to pump shield damage up a little bit. So that's going to become something that we're going to be delving into a little more there as we move along. On this one, I'm going to skip it. Ballista's level 5. Ballista's level 5. Let's look at health and health. This mortar is level 6. I'm just going to keep it where it's at. Well, the armor damage is cheap at 16. Let's level it up one. Let's go ahead and level this health up. And I'm also going to level the armor damage up on that one. Here we've got health damage. I'm going to level that up once. These ballistas are doing lots of good work here. Wow, nice. I'm just going to leave them where they're at. They're not really meant to do a ton of damage, but I am going to level this up a little bit. Just kind of prep for these next few levels. And you see, we've only used a couple hundred. We've used about 400-ish, um, gold there. Now we have, can't build another frost keep because I don't have that mana, but I can build another mortar. So let's look at mortar wise. I think the most effective place to build it would be here. And then we can, build the frost keep when we have the ability to do so. But just having two mortars hammering stuff here would be nice. I think we're going to do that and do health. This one's already set, right? Yep. So we got 591. Let's check our percentages. So we can get 225 and 30% right now. However, I think we're going to hold off on that. This is a drop 3, right? I'm going to throw a ballista here just to get something, moving there. Start doing some damage, and then as it comes into this, just really hammer them. We really need mana siphon, so I'm going to save the 326 at the moment. Then we're going to start filling out the mines. We did expose some graveyards, or some cemetery graveyard stones here. Now it should be 32%. So maybe what I'll do is go ahead and start. Let's chop a tree. No, we didn't get the card, so I did get some extra gold here. So what I'm going to do is go back and start working these mines again. So we got 1, 2, and 3. We started with 13 hit points on the tower. We have 20 now. No more mines here. We've got a 3 slot here. I'm going to keep my money at the moment. We're doing a fair amount of damage, but now you see we have all these shielded enemies. So these shielded enemies, what I think I'm going to do is do most shield and pump up a shield damage there. I'm going to go and just look to make some of these ballista more shield specified. They don't do a ton of damage to them, but it is nice to just start bringing these guys down. You see they have quite a bit of shield. Having some ballista, looking to do shield damage is nice. That one's already kind of set in stone. Let's go ahead and look to put a ballista here. Let's focus this on shield damage. So let's do most shield. And it should, as it's doing damage, it gains experience points in that particular type of damage. So, these guys are tough to kill for me now because all of my, all of my towers are really armor and health specific. So here we do 6 shield. I'm going to pump this shield damage and this shield damage up, and just start getting some of this kind of prep for these future runs here. We do get a lot of time to kill them, but you'll see there that shield damage, they'll go down once the shield is gone. But that shield damage just protects them for so long because I don't have any shield specific towers out. The shield specific tower that I have access to is Tesla coils, but I don't have any yet, and I don't have the mana to run them even if I did. So at the moment, this is just the best we can do. So let's see here if we can get by this. Like I said, once we get the shield damage down, we're certainly able to take them out fairly quickly. We still have these guys sneaking through with a little bit of shield left. So let's go ahead and pump this shield damage here. We got to make sure that if anybody gets over here, they at least don't have shield left. And it looks to be the case at this point. So we're going okay. We're doing all right with that. They're getting farther than I want, but they're slow and, they're almost dead. There we go. Mana siphon. Finally. All right, we're definitely taking mana siphon. So what the mana siphon is going to allow us to do, and we're just going to start mana siphoning back here. I usually try and work my way down so I don't have to constantly look at where I put the siphons or where I put the mines. I start with filling out the resources and working down square by square if it's possible. So my next mana siphons will go here, and then I'll start filling out, mines. I did this mine here, so my next mine will be here. So I only have 52 gold left, but now we're generating 7 mana per second. So let's see if that's enough to sustain the 2 frost keeps that we have going. So we're slowly building here. So I think we're good with that. We don't have enough money to build another frost keep, but when I do, it's probably going here. That's a level 3, so that'll get a good amount of space. It might cover the whole square. It might be a little shy. Should be quite good. But I do want to lay down even more mana siphons before I build that. So let's go and do that while the monsters are working their way through. That one's a good one. You can always check your mana siphons to see if it's gathering or not. Like I said, it has to be on the same level. So this one's at a level lower and you see it's not gathering. So we can always demolish it. Let's do mana siphon over here. I think this one's on the same level. No. Oh, no, it is. I was clicking on the crystal. So, okay, good. Mana siphon there. And then this one's on its own level. Let's do mana siphon here. We do one here and one here. Now we've got plus 13. So let's stick with that for the moment. And that should do quite well. You see at the moment, the things that aren't, we've got a little hero here. So this little hero has an opportunity to drop a chest. When you see these named creatures, they have the opportunity to drop a chest. He should go down fairly quickly now that we've eliminated. He probably had armor and shields, or a lot of shield. Let's open this while we can. +2 to health, +1 to shield. I'm going to take the +2 to health. And really the ballista's main job is all these other towers at the moment. Things change as you progress and whatnot. But the ballista's main job is to kill the creatures once all of their special protections are gone. So you see all the shields here, the gray part of their health. Once it's gone, the ballistas are certainly able to start taking them and picking them off. So I have 290. I want some things over here to start doing damage, so they're not just, waltzing on by. So I am going to put I need 5 more gold. If I get 5 gold, I think I'm going to throw a ballista over here too. I need to kill one more thing. Come on. All right, so we got a ballista here. I'm just going to set it to most health. Actually, I'm going to set it to near death, and that's going to be kind of an assassin guy. So if we have somebody just kind of working its way through it, everything else is going after the most health or most shields. This guy's going to look to go after the one to pick off, kill things as we progress. So that one went very, very well. Here we've looped back around. I would love to see this loop continue. That would be awesome. And I'd also love to see no splits. We still haven't had a split, which is amazing. So let's expand. Still no split. Love this, having to go through all of this area here is good. I don't have 450, so we're going to hold off. We did pick up my ore here. I think it's only a 2 value, but that's okay. 320. I would love this slap. Yeah, I think I'm going to kill this ballista off here for the moment. Let's see what the frost keep looks like here. Oh, I don't have enough gold. I still need 450. Come on, kill some stuff. Oh, I'm going to switch this one to near death. Let's see that one. That covers the entire square. I think I might keep that there like that. We're definitely keeping our mana going well. Now the frost keeps 550. I want to slap one here when I get a chance. And see how that looks. Now that we have the mana siphons, we can kind of experiment with our mana generation or towers that need mana. You're starting to see some armor back in here, so our mortars will have to do work there. And then, we've got some armor here and then shields here. Just kind of let this churn. Up here and see. Things dying here is really nice. Yeah, if they don't even get that, I think the shielded ones might get the opportunity to get through most of this. But now that we have this frost tower here, it really allows them a way effectively set up these kill zones and really starts to bring down their protections. So here we're going to set up a frost keep here. That's a level 3. It's going to have a massive zone. We're probably going to have to build out some more mana siphons, which we will do. We have a mana siphon here. It's only +1 range, so I think we're going to go ahead and take that up too. And then we've got a 4-banger there. So mana siphons are quite good. We've got +15 now. Tesla coils. So Tesla coils will help us with the shields. Bolts, jagged heads, concussive shells, and criticals. Now that we have mana siphons, I think it is time to get into the Tesla coils. Getting too many types of towers early on is a little dangerous because you start getting too big of a pool of cards. But we're at the point now where I think we do need something that can specify damage to shields. And the best thing to do that is these Tesla coils at the moment with where we're at in the game. And the Tesla coils right now are going to be cheap to build. So what I'm going to do with the Tesla coil is I'm going to put one here. When I have enough gold, I'm always like, oh, I'm just going to put this here, but then I don't have enough gold. So let's solve that by expanding and chopping this tree. We're at 36% chance on a card and quite a bit of gold, but when I expand, it should go to, I think, 38. Yeah, and 361. So let's chop and see if we get lucky and get a card. We did not. That's okay. So I'm going to throw a Tesla coil here and look at the range. That's going to cover quite a bit of the tower, and it covers both sides. So I like that there. I'm going to go ahead and pump. I'm going to put most shield. I'm also going to pump shield at least a few times. I really want that Tesla coil to do some work there. I think we're going to do that and just make it level 5 and then let it go to town. You're just eating away shield. That seems to be a thing that we're looking for. We're going to watch our mana and see how much we need to start going after mana siphons again. But for the moment, things are going very well. So I'm going to throw down some additional mines. I think we're over to here now. This was the next one we wanted to do. You can hold shift and just plop all 3 down at once. 1, 2, 3, if you got the shift down. I didn't do that there, but just a little note. You can always get these little hints up here too. Our mana seems to be doing okay. So that being the case, 275. This is levels what? It's +1, +1, +2. I might go ahead and throw one here too if I can, but let's see if there's a better place. I'm going to throw it here actually. Yeah. So if anything gets here, we're just going to take out its shields and make that work for us. All right, so we have 2 Tesla coils going now. Now I'm going to start to look to lace more frost towers out. I think those 2 Tesla coils should get most of the shielding down, and we're doing a lot of effective slows through here. And even though they have shields and we're not necessarily hitting with Tesla coils everywhere, we're doing okay. And we do have a little, if you see these little sparkles here that are coming up, that means there's a chest back here. Even though the chest is blocked, you can kind of get your mouse over here to try and click on it. And we got it first try. So be very, very cognizant that, these things can be just hidden on your path there and you look for them. So Obelisk do 25% burn damage. We're already getting 25, so that would make it 50. Obelisk slow enemies for 5% of the damage they deal. Really like this one. I'm going to go ahead and get this. Now, we've got all of this looping going, which is fantastic. What I want to do is determine where I want a frost tower over here, kind of while we're sitting. Let's take a look. So that frost tower will work those entire roads. Yes. So that's really good. So when this frost tower is active, it's going to work this entire zone here. That is really, really good for a frost tower. So let's do that. I'm just going to spend the money now, and then we're going to look to mana siphon up some more. and build out a little bit of a kill zone here as well. We've got some area here that could do double work on both sides. That's a level 2. We're just going to let some things build up and watch our mana a little bit. We don't have to build out that kill zone quite yet. And then we also have to think about what are we going to do over here. You know, if I put a frost tower here, this ballista and mortar get to do more work on this side. So that is all quite good. Excellent. Just let everything do a little bit of work and build up some resources. Our mana's doing quite well. It's another area where I might want to put a ballista or just to keep that consistent damage and looking to pick things off. I'm not going to do it yet. We did really, really well with that last run, but the challenge ramps up very quickly. You'll start seeing monsters that go very, very fast. You'll start seeing monsters that are doing, you know, summoning, monsters in front of them. So there will be a wide range of, things coming at us. And even though this looks like a lot of pathway for them to go through, which it is, it ramps up quick. So we got 735. Our mana is going very, very well. So I think what I am going to do is look at, I have 750. It's not going to help me this run, but you can see how much area this frost tower is going to work here. I am going to throw one down there. Now you see our mana struggling. So let's use whatever funding we get out of this to go ahead and build some more mana siphons, which is fine. We just have to accumulate some cash here. And I can also just destroy this tower and build it again. You don't lose any money. So I think I'm going to do that. It's just too much. You see it instantly goes to where we're gaining mana. Now we do have quite a few people getting over here now. These monsters are quite far along the pathway. I don't really like to see that. So let's put in some ballistas just maybe for this, piece here, because that's a lot of stuff getting through here. I don't like to see that, but we'll throw these ballistas in just to do some work. Hopefully we can make that work for us. A mortar would cost 650. I think we're going to take damage, unfortunately. I didn't really think these guys were going to get this far, but they are, unfortunately. So let's demolish, and we're going to take damage. Oh man, I was really hoping that we'd be able to work our way through this, but didn't. That's okay. This is what I mean by they sneak up on you and things get very, they start getting through, and you think you're protected, but you really aren't. There's problems, So that our first problem is we took 6 points of damage. It's okay. We've mined some and we've got some potential to repair and so forth. Plus 2 damage armor. Let's see, slow him down some more. Do more damage to health. I think with what we have here, let's look to do, I'm going to slow them down even more. I think the slowing is going to help us. We're at 894. I did build this guy new, so let's take him away. And let's take stock of what we have going on at the moment. So I do want to slow him down again here. We have 454. That being the case, I think I want to just build this mana siphons out here to try and fix our mana situation. I think that frost tower in that area, I believe the way the frost towers work is their mana is dependent on how much area they cover where the frost is coming down. So this one covers a lot of area and has a lot of potential to just drain mana. So what I'm going to do here is looking at what's been going on. I don't see any chests lingering. Sometimes you want to check around for those, kind of little sparkles to see where the chest is. I don't see any. We have 54 gold. What I want to do here is there's no trees. There's a tree here. So I want to expand and just instantly chop this tree, get some cash. We didn't get anything there. We've got 441. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 more trees. I'm going to chop one more and see if we can get a card. We do. Okay, good. So here's +1 damage to shields. I'm going to do a little more. Ooh, that's really good though. I'm going to do this for now and just see if I can get some extra burning in, and then look to build another mortar. The mortar is going to be right here. Here I'm going to target armor, and then I'm going to target shield and then health, because everything up here is going to be armored and shielded. I'm going to pump the shield damage up quite a bit. Our mana seems to be doing okay. We did do the 4 slot there. I'm going to go ahead and build this out as well with the mana. 1, 2, and 3. Now we've got, you see we got 1 point back on our repair. So these mines help repair your health as you go along. So keep that in mind too. I'm going to build out 2 more mines to get 2 more health. We don't have anything we could do with this one. We have 2 more we could do here. I'm going to try and build that out as well. And then I'm going to start putting in some more ballista. Might actually save for 1 ballista. Somewhere in here. Maybe over, those aren't 2 slots. Maybe here. This is a 3, right? No, it's a 2. I feel comfortable putting a ballista here as well. And we do have a named Zeramarsh here, which is interesting. So we're going to do most health. Actually, on this one, we're going to do near death. And hopefully by this point, they're all looking to take health damage. Our mana is doing okay, so I think we've built up our mana enough. We did not get a chest off of that hero, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. We have 520. We did build out 3 more mines, so that's good. Our mana is doing +22. You see it kind of bouncing up and down, but still doing quite good. We have 2 trees left. We'll probably chop those here soon. I would like to get some haunted houses. If you build a house here, both of these graves will feed it. Here's a triple banger and doubles. So what I mean by that is if you put a house here, it's surrounded by 3 gravestones, and it's kind of like the reverse of how the houses work, where you put ballistas around the house, you get +1 protection for each ballista around the house. Here you have the souls of these graves feeding the haunted house. So per grave you get bonuses. So haunted houses would start to generate a lot of cash over here. So I like that. So we have 21 right now. Let's watch and see if we can get some repairs. I don't see any chests anywhere. We have 672 in gold. Let's go again. Oh, our first split. Okay. So here, that's the first time we've split anything. I'm going to throw a mortar here. Look to do armor and health. Now let's do shield again and then health. Let's pump the shield up to 10. So that way we're, doing armor and shield at an okay damage rate. And then we're probably going to put a frost keep over here when we can. Mana's still doing okay. This mortar is going to be able to do quite a bit of work here, especially if this ends up curving back around. Sometimes this is the portal that things will come out of. Once you get to the very end of, a wraparound or wherever the portals are, I think that predetermines the way this is going to go when it generates in the very beginning. I don't think it's random as we go along. I think it predetermines it. I'm not 100% sure on that though. I also want to build a few more things on this tower, maybe 2 ballistas over here to start doing more and more damage over here. Maybe another Tesla coil would be nice. Let's try that. They're kind of captive in this area, so it's nice to just slow them down, Tesla coil them, get all their shields gone. Our mana's still doing okay with that. Through here, we do kind of lose elevation over here. There's not a ton of elevation going on. So a frost tower over here would probably be fairly effective. But I'm not sure I want to invest $850 in it at the moment. I'd rather start building out some damaging over here. We do have 2 mortars that cover that area, but maybe another mortar would be good. Let's look if we can build a mortar right here on the 3. That covers every inch of that roadway, so I think that is good. Again, I'm going to do most armor, most shield, most health. And then let's pump the shield up to 10, just so it's doing some work there. All right, so we did very, very well there. You know, we kind of got some dead zones in here, but that's okay. It's not a lot of elevation there. All right, we got the haunted house, which is good. I think we're going to take that. You'll see like how much money it generates. They're fairly cheap. They don't go up in price. Looking at the best bang for our buck here. So for 100, I'm going to put a house here. Surrounded by 3, you can see we're going to generate 30 gold right off the bat. Very, very good. As we increase our tower health with all of these mines, this is going to generate even more money. So I think what we're going to do is lay down some haunted houses here. And this one's going to generate 20 and 30. So just, I spent 200. I'm going to generate 50 next turn. So you can see how that is an extremely effective way to go. Here, I can expand out further, but my mortar's farther away. Here we have opportunity to maybe expand back and loop back around here. So I'm going to try that, and we do. So it doesn't always work that way. It could have easily had the road here, but looping back and these snaking trails for them to go through is quite good. I don't see any named guys yet, so that's good. Yeah, I'm thinking we're at 328. You see, we have been healing some with those mines. I am going to pop down another haunted house here. I'm going to try and build those out wherever there's extra bonuses. So here you've got 2. I don't see any. I see a bonus here as well. Let's put one there. That's fed by 2. Yep. There's a bonus here. Fed by 2. There's a bonus here. Still have 100. Yep. Fed by 2. Then I don't see any other bonuses. So the bonuses are nice in that you know getting 2 for 1 is really good out of that. I don't see any bonuses over here. Now we can start looking at building out mines. So the mines are going to add even more health to our tower and generate even more health from our houses. And they aren't bad if they're just next to one grave, but they're much better if they're next to multiples, of course. So let's look at this. I forgot to switch my mouse. I apologize for any mouse clicking that you've heard thus far. I put my silent mouse in play. I've been trying to fix that. I like using my other mouse when I'm not recording. So I do apologize for any mouse clicking you may have heard. Let's put a mine here. And that really gets me set up for all those mines. I'm going to siphon this up here. Let me use my shift button here. Let's see if that works. Let's shift and shift. So that's going to help with my mana. My mana is still doing okay, but again, it's weird sometimes. The mana, sometimes just all of a sudden you're desperate for mana. And you see people are sneaking through farther and farther now. So I don't really like that. So what I'm going to do here is look to put a keep here as well. How much is it? It's 850. Maybe here. I'm going to destroy one of these siphons. Destroy another siphon. I really need to like slow some of this down if I can. Oh, man. I'm going to destroy this siphon too. Hopefully I've got enough. Yeah, some guys are just going to sneak through again. This is what I mean. There's some of these really, really tough guys. These tough monsters are very difficult to get through. Maybe we'll kill one. Nope. It's regenerating very, very quickly. All right, well, we're going to take some damage, which, you know, we've seen this before. It's that exact same group of monsters that are causing us issues. But it happens and it's happening to us. It's okay. So let's mana siphon at least one here. Don't, yeah, I put the frost keep down here. So I am going to mana siphon here as well. And then look to expand. Okay. And now the haunted house is giving 30 still, 20, 20. Let's expand. We got a lot of money right off the bat. That's when we get it. We did regenerate 2 hit points as well. And we get another snake. It's not over here, but maybe that's where it ends. And that would be nice. But for now, all this snaking is really, really good. We only have 406, so I can't really do a lot. But let's throw a ballista here. Just like, let's start having it do least health. And just see if I can pick off some of the things coming through. Let's watch. We've got, I think it's whoever says the blood. Yeah, these unburdened by blood. These guys here are the ones that are getting through. I think it's because they have an ability to regenerate their hit points. I'm going to throw another ballista over here. And I'm just going to say, maybe most health. See how that goes. Let's do a little pumps there. All right, let's go back over here while that's working through. I am going to throw another mana siphon over here. See if we can stabilize our mana a little bit. And then over here, I need to figure out if I want to put a frost keep here. And just slow some things down as it's moving through here. Slowing down is really going to help us quite a bit, I think. Unburdened by blood. Here's the dudes again that are causing the issues. So next frost keep is 950. Maybe it's even good to put the frost keep here. Yeah. So I am going to destroy one of these. So I need to go up, demolish this frost keep. If we put a frost keep here, it's not going to hit the whole road. If I put it over in the corner, it's going to really slow things down in this corner. So I think I'm going to do that. So I've got another frost keep going. That worked out better for us. I think we've got a couple guys down here, another group of these. I don't see them saying unburdened by blood. So I think these are just the trailers, which is fine. Okay, that went better. Obelisks gain a 3% chance to freeze enemies. Very good. Seance, raise the death tax by 15%. So what that does is when you look at your haunted houses over here, that's at tax rate of 40%, it's giving 20. This would raise that tax rate by 15%. We have a lot of ballistas doing work at the moment, so I think I'm going to take freezing bolts and just see if I can further delay progress. We're at 518. Let's go back here, and while we're not under stress, mines are good all the way through here. We have our next mine to go up is here. I am going to do that. It's got 1, so we're good there. Now we've got a lot more mines through here. I have the ability to put 2 more mines down. I'm going to finish these up here. A little bit out of order. I could put 2 here as well, but let's go there, and then let's continue down this pathway here. Extend it. We're further breaking things up. So now we have this God King Oogie. It has a ton of armor. So our mortars are going to do a lot of work here on this guy. I don't think I can really do much. You can trail a, you can certainly, and here's another problem is you've got this Emotep guy right in front of him. I think they might come out together, but it's going to be what it is. I think this guy's got more armor than the God King Oogie, so my mortars are firing at it. I am going to look to see if I can put another mortar in somewhere up here. Here's a 2. Oh, I don't have enough yet. So I have 875. Do I have a tree to chop? I believe I do. Let's chop. Did not get a card. That's okay. Let's throw a mortar in so we start doing most armor here. I'm going to go ahead and pump the armor up some, get it to 20, and then let's go over here and look for the other tree. I think I got one more tree. Yep. I'm going to chop it. Okay, we do get a card too. That's excellent. Let's do some more burn damage. Burn is good against armor. I've got no more trees, right? See any more trees? That's good. So Uki's taking some damage. Emotep's taking some damage. They're going to take a good amount of... Well, they don't have shields, so it's really more armor. Let's see. Do I have enough for a Frostkeep? I do. I'm going to throw a Frostkeep here for just now and just slow this whole thing down and see if we can get a lot of work from these mortars over here. I'll probably kill that off after this part here. I am going to also throw a ballista down and just have it focus on most armor and start that whole trailing ballista thing that I've talked about. Again, the ballistas don't have a lot of armor damage, but it's just kind of pinging again and again and again. And see, this God King Oogie's almost done with its armor. But this Emotep, on the other hand, he's still got quite a bit of armor left. So God King Oogie is pretty much done with armor. So let's go to most health again here. And then I'm going to switch this one to most armor still because we're still working on Emotep. Now his armor is down, so I'm going to most health. This ballista here, I am going to demolish because I don't want it to kill this God King. I'm going to demolish that frost there. He's frosted up, and this next frost tower is going to pick him up. So we did really well. The big bosses didn't even get to our main line there. So I did pick up another chest here. I believe this guy can, like the big Oogie, can generate multiple cards. Let's see how we do. I'm going to pick up 3 health, and we only get 1. That's okay. We got 3 off the other one, so I think they kind of even out. Usually, if I remember right, it's usually 2. All right, so we have 3,282. I think I'm going to go ahead and let's look at the frost tower here. It would pick up both sides, but I don't really need that. What I need is a frost tower here. I wish I could get some more elevation there, but I can't. So let's see what the frost tower here would cover. That's going to be good enough, I think. I just want to keep things slow. Let's keep things slowed and keep things, progressing in a way that really helps us. This guy here is going to get demolished. I'm going to put another frost keep here. I need to set up a little kill zone here for those things that are sneaking through. To do that, I'm going to put a ballista here and put a ballista here and put a ballista here. So just ballista this all up. I'm going to level them up some just because they're behind the 8 ball here. Not a ton, but we need to get them to where they're going to do some okay damage. I'm going to do shield, armor. We're going to go like that and just have it try and strip armor and shield off so these ballista can do more work. We're probably going to throw some more ballista over here. We're at 27 gold, so we don't have anything else. There's no more trees to destroy. So we are on our way to putting more haunted houses down if we need to. So we picked up this kind of super tower here. So this super tower here is a really good place to put a mortar at +4. And we also are now seeing our first occult shrines. They put universities next to these and they study them. And that's the first opportunity that we've seen that we can get that situation going for us. It's very beneficial. I don't see any double gravestones over here, but I do see another mine here. So that's good. So we're at 602. I'm hoping that we can benefit from just, what we had established last time. So let's start mining a little bit and see if we can get some extra health, which generates extra income. You see this guy was generating 40. Now it's 42. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to look to throw a ballista maybe here. Yes. Actually, let's throw it here and start covering this area. We have this over here, but let's throw this guy up some health. Let's have him be an assassin at near death. Then we'll start putting some things down here. We do have this mortar coverage over here, which is good. I need some more ballista just to freeze, slow things down, pick things off. It's all good. So as we're going through here, I'm going to look. I've got 2 more mines here I can build. So let's do that. No houses here are going to be very effective, but it's okay. It's just a matter of, oh, dang, I need to see that. So let's go back and start mana siphoning. Our mana is in a bad way right now. You see, I've put out too many things and now my mana is suffering. So let's go down here and see. We need to start building out a bunch of mana stuff. So let's hit the shift key and go here, 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 and here. Here, here, and here. I believe all of those are going to gather mana. So let's check on them real quick. Yes. I think that's all the mana crystal stuff we have going on there. I don't think we have any other mana crystals. So this is where we're at on mana at the moment. I don't think we can do better than this. Do we have one here? No, that's on level 1, or that's on the level 0. Well, we have these. We did have these. So let's build those out too. We have guys sneaking through. Not good. Probably because, oh, these are guys that are being summoned, I think. And they've got a ton of shields on them. Good grief. They are going to sneak through. I need a Tesla coil somewhere. Probably here. But I can't. At the moment, I have 72 gold. So these guys are probably just going to hit us. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's quite a few of them. But hopefully we can just regen that damage. And I need to start setting up more Tesla coils. The thing is something can get through here and it gets by your Tesla coils. And then all of a sudden it summons things that have a lot of shield and you end up taking damage from it. So I do need to put some more Tesla coils. I did have a Tesla coil here, but I want one over here, I think. Start building up some layered Tesla coil defense. But I'm also getting stressed from mana. So I have to kill off some towers and do some different things here. So a mana bank would be nice. More bleed is good. I think I'm going to buy the mana bank just because we're running into issues. So at the moment, let's leave things as is. And let's expand here. So we did unfortunately get a feed here as well. With 498... I'd really like to start doing some damage here. So I am going to put, there's 950. It's not going to do me any good this run. I didn't see any more mana crystals over here, so we're kind of stuck there. I am going to go ahead and set up, oh man, Zobu. He might be the guy that was like causing us issues. Setting up another Tesla coil maybe here. Yeah. It's a good amount of range there. It's going to stress my mana quite a bit, but it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm going to have to start layering some mana banks over here. I think I'm going to buy 1 mana bank and see if that helps. Gives us a larger buffer up on the top end. To get to 500, let's go ahead and do that. So mana bank, you just want to place somewhere where there's really no benefit around it. Let's do that. And you see as more monsters are coming through here, right, it's starting to stress our mana quite a bit. So I'm going to look to kind of build out some mana banks if I can. Yeah, this shield damage is quite bad. So we're at 533 again. Let's do another mana bank. Right, it's not terrible. This guy, I think I'm going to change him to shield. Let's do most shield. See if we can start stripping some shield off. I don't know if it's going to help at all, but we got so many little dudes coming up. I think the Zobu guy is the guy that's causing this issue. So let's switch him to most shield and pump his shield damage up a little bit. See if we can kill him. He's the guy causing issues. Yeah, he's summoning all of these things, right? So let's see if he summons some here. I'm going to put another ballista down here. I don't have enough. I need 15. I don't see him summoning anymore, so I don't know. Maybe he has a limit or he wasn't causing this. I don't know. But at the moment, I'm going to start pumping up some of this shield damage over here. We're definitely going to take some damage again, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I don't know. It's just all completely shielded dudes over here. It's just ridiculous. When he died, he did not generate a chest, did he? No, but we're taking damage from all of these guys. So it's going to be rough to recover from. If it's going to keep doing that, I think we're going to be in a bad way. I need Tesla coils galore, and then I need to be able to kill them. It seems like this is going to be a pretty brutal way to go here. Let's look to pump up some shield damage along the way. I don't know that this is the way to go, but it's going to be where we're at. So let's expand over here. I really would like to have the cash to keep going. We did regenerate quite a bit of health there. Any mana over here? No. I think this is up on a level that I can't get to, right? Yeah. So that mana over there is dead. We didn't pick up any good haunted house spots. Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting. So I do have this most shield guy there. Maybe another mortar in here somewhere. Let's look at over here, maybe. I know mortars do less damage against shields, but they don't require mana. And I'm in a very mana precarious place at the moment. So I think we're going to build another mortar here and try and make it a shield specialist, which is opposite of what mortars want to do, because they start at 6. But let's pump it up as much as we can. Let's do most shield as the only target, and then most armor. Actually, let's put most armor second. So we've got shield at, just going to pump shield up to about that amount and see if we can get some, all out shield going for us. Let's see if anything gets through. I think this is the last round last level I'm going to put on this video. I'm going to start another one. We did damage this one a little bit more, which is great, but it's recovering. You see its shield is just coming back. I think these little guys are really going to cause us problems. It's just going to be fully shielded again. Yeah, I need just tons of shield damage all at once. This shield damage a little bit at a time is not going to work. Maybe I will finish this out because I don't think we're going to get very far. I think level 30 might be where we end. I don't recall if there's any way to speed up the speed here. I can't remember. Maybe that's something that comes later. But at the moment, this is what it is. And I don't think it's going to go very well. We're definitely going to take more damage. We're at 700. I don't have an ability to really do much else. If I put a frost tower here, it doesn't really help that much. Yeah, I can't do enough damage to their shields to get them dead. Yeah, here they all come again. So I don't think this is going to go very well. I could put another Tesla tower here and try and start linking Tesla towers together. Let's do that. I mean, so much damage is coming in here. I don't even know if that'll help, but let's see. We'll probably survive this turn and see what can happen. There's still a lot of damage coming. We might not even survive this one, so it might be wishful thinking to get to the next level here. Yeah, I'm not going to try any tricks. Sometimes you can start destroying your mana towers and build up mines and stuff to survive, but I think at the moment we're just going to suffer whatever consequences we suffer. I think we are going to get through this particular level with a little bit of gold, but I doubt we're going to be able to kill this guy here. Okay, at least we get a card. There's that. So ballistas deal +1 damage to shields. We kind of desperately need that. Death rate, armor, cult shrines. I would love to take this and I would love to take this, but we are needing shield damage so desperately. I think we have to take that. I don't think we're going to survive past this next one, but for those that haven't seen it yet, let's expand and show the portal. So we have a portal there. Some of the times the portals, vast majority of the time, there is a bunch of mana crystals here. I don't see them this time, unfortunately. We did regenerate 2 health. I'm not going to build any more mines to extend this misery here. However, sometimes that +1 is enough to really start making a difference. So I'm going to start, actually, let's build it somewhere else. Let's build a ballista here. It's all +1. We've got ballistas here and here. Let's start building ballista here as well and see if we can pump this one as a most shield as well. Let's do that. See if we can start stripping shields going into those Teslas. Let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and build a ballista here too and start focusing on shields. Most shield. And then you see they get their shields back. It's very difficult right now. One of the things that cures this is, towers, I think like the poison sprayer, where you see that we have them bleeding and we have the fire against armor. Once you put poisons on them, then the poisons are this dot that fight against that regeneration of the armor. And that's a very effective way to strip these shields out. So we might have to use our experience points and build into poison sprayer. I believe it's the poison sprayer and things that do poison. It's the only way we're going to progress a little farther. You do need, I think the poison sprayer requires mana as well. But I think it's a little more effective than the Tesla coils. We can also go into the Tesla coils and try and make them, I think, poisonous. But you see here, we're not going to make it. There's just so much shielding going on here, and it's gonna be the end of our run, which is okay. This is how the game goes. You make these runs, and you do your best, and you earn some experience points, and progress as far as you can, get as much experience as you can, and improve your meta progression, and see what you want to improve and open up. but I think this is going to be the end of the line with this particular run. I could go again and use my gold and build more mines and see if I can make it, but I'm not going to bother at this point. I think we're not. There's so much shielded stuff coming at us. I don't think it's going to happen. And again, I do apologize for using the clicky mouse earlier. I do have that silent mouse, which is going to help with future videos. So we defended 28 levels. Unfortunately, our max was 30, so we did get a higher on a different run. The different mix of monsters will dictate a little bit how far you can go. This was a really good layout for us. I did really like it. Unfortunately, we hit these shielded guys and we just didn't have the power to take care of them. But that's okay. So return to menu. This is a very long one. I do apologize for that. We do have 418 next time we come back. But we're going to quit for now. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Rogue Tower if you picked it up. Again, I'll mention again, it's on sale on Steam for, I think, $9.70 something. It's 35% off. It's a really good game. You do have to commit a time block to it. Like I said, you can't save it. But I hope everyone's having a great day, and thanks for sticking with you if you made it this far. You're a trooper. Take care.